Hello everybody. There we go. Sorry, just maneuvering myself around the desk real quick. There we go. We're in. Let me just push this across a bit more so you can actually see more of what I'm doing. And just the laptop so I can actually see your lovely chats. Hello everybody. Welcome back to another stream where we are continuing to paint. Good old lion here. We are continuing with 30k line specifically. Signed. Hello, Signed. How are you? I do apologise for the fact there was no stream yesterday. I did say there would be streams this weekend. I didn't necessarily say how many, but we had an opportunity yesterday where the little man went to his grandparents for the day, and Mr. Nerd and I had a few hours to ourselves where we could just be a couple instead of mum and dad. So we decided to spend the evening together and just enjoy some quality time as a couple. And then by the time we kind of had our dinner, it was too late to stream anyway. So we just thought, scratch that, we'll stream today. So we are continuing with Lion, as you can see. So far, he's already looking so good, thank you. At this point, we were still even finished doing all of his base yet. So, yeah, it was a rare opportunity. Mr. Ned kind of sprung it on me. He's like, oh yeah, the little man is going to his grandparents tomorrow. And I was like, oh, is he? I did not know this. I did now, obviously. And as a result, it means that we got some lovely quality time together. So I've just realised I haven't got any kitchen roll to blot off my paint, so give me 1 second, I'll quickly grab that and I'll be back. Luckily it's all in the same room, so it's very, very quick actually. Back again already. But how are you, Signed? How are you doing? So like I said, so far we've just got to this online. We're going to be finishing up his base today. He's got a lot more details to actually add. And then, speaking of his base itself, I decided to stop for now on just the basics. Just because this is going to take me a while, and I just thought, as much as this is going to be fun to do, most people are going to be here for Lion himself, not Lion's base. So, for that purpose, we just thought, we'll come back to the base and we'll focus on Lion for now. I'm okay, it's snowing today. Ooh, we've had more rain today. No real surprise there. Rain in the UK in February? Shocker. Not really. No, we've had nothing but, to be honest, bad weather at the moment. We haven't really had any nice weather. We've had little breaks in it of moments of decent weather, but not very much. For the most part, it's just been rain. Quite a heavy rain, actually, today. Like, where our dining room area is, we have it's like an extension on the house. So we have some beautiful windows right above kind of where I'm sat right now. So when it rains, you can really hear it because it just hammers down on those windows. So when I'm in this part of the house, like sometimes I record when I'm in this part of the house, and other times I go elsewhere. When the rain happens, I physically cannot record in this part of the house because the microphone, despite it like checking its sensitivity, would just pick up on that rain, and it can be pretty bad. So I'm just picking up some paint ready. There's a few little areas. I still need to do one more coat of Rakar flesh on the underside of his cape here. I know we said no capes, but even 30k Lion said yes to cape, so he has a cape because he said so. We'll do some cleaning up. The snowfall's quite heavy here too. People going at a snail's pace. Yeah, that's the only issue. I think anyone like whenever there's snow, people do one or two things. They either react really normally and they're just like, okay, I'll just drive a bit more cautiously or a bit more carefully. Actually, there's 3. Rothmer, he is here. Ahoy. He is upstairs with the wee man, and as you can see, he is back, hence why he is in the chat. So I think I'm going to begin with some Rakarth flesh, because we're going to do an extra layer of that on the underside of the cape first, because he needs an extra coat because it's still a little bit patchy. And then after that, I'm going to go in with some Caliban green and just start bringing out the details that are in like the robes that he's got. Oh hey, Mr. Nerd Dad. And then we can just start going through and picking out extra details and making sure it looks all clean and tidy. Because there's a few parts that I can see just need an extra bit of touching up. And then once I'm fully satisfied with all the base layers, I will then start shading. And then maybe highlighting today. We will see. We'll see how far we get. I can hear thundering around the house. Sounds like we have a thunderstorm in the house, but we don't. It's just the cats throwing their weight around. Surprise, surprise. It's been a while, Side. How are you doing? They had snow, Mr. Nerd. They had snow today. But yeah, yesterday, as you may have seen on our Discord, in typical, you know, romantic fashion, we went ahead and went to Warhammer World for our Valentine's Day. So we went out first thing, we went there, we did a little bit of shopping, we picked up our figures for this month's Mini of the Month competition. So, plus a few extra things. And then we had a breakfast, because we were there that early that we could. And then we took... Yes, cat. The cat is crying at me. And then we took Wee Man to his grandparents, and then we had some time to ourselves to just be Mr. and Mrs. Nerd again, and not Mr. and Mrs. Nerd plus Mum and Dad. So that was quite nice. So again, this is just Rakarth flesh I'm using. I'm okay, how are you? How's the wee man? The wee man is good. I'm good. Wee man is 100% nurgling, pooping like a trooper, doing Morty proud. He is indeed. He has started smiling now though, Signed, which is very, very cute. He's gone from giving like gassy smiles and like sleepy smiles to actual social smiles now. So every now and then we'll just get a grin from him, which is really, really cute. A very toothy grin. So it's rather adorable. In typical fashion as well. Being smiled at by a baby feels like a blessing. It really does. But the thing is, like, as soon as he did it, I then obviously freaked out because, like, oh, that was not a gassy smile or a windy smile. That was a proper gummy, toothy, like gummy. If there would be teeth, there would be a teethy smile. So I then started crying because emotional mother, and he just looked at me like, "Why are you crying? You fool." My colleague's baby smiled at me when she came by to visit, and it just made my day. They are the best smiles. Baby smiles are just the best ones. I'm sorry, Mr. Nerd, but they are. I don't know if he's actually smiled at Mr. Nerd yet. He smiled at me. I don't know whether or not he smiled for his grandparents yesterday, but he smiled at me a few times now, so that's been quite nice. So far he's reserving them at least just for his mummy. He's definitely like showing signs that he wants to laugh as well. Just hasn't quite figured out how to do it yet, and he's already starting to roll onto his side at only 7 weeks old. So, and most babies don't do that till they're 3 months. So he's further proving our theory that he is in fact a Primarch. I don't know why he's so advanced, he just is. Nerdy fam, Arch, how are you doing? Again, sorry for not streaming yesterday, Arch. We ended up having a rare child-free most of the day. So me and Mr. Nerd had a good bit of quality time together, just with us and the wee man. Well, us, and whilst the wee man was with his grandparents. And we had him in the morning with us. We went to Warhammer World. He doesn't smile for me, just angry judging face. Yeah, he does that one quite a bit. He takes after his mum in that regard. Especially because, as far as physical appearances go, he looks a lot like me. So, it's kind of scary to look at him and see his facial reactions into seeing me. And he's going, oh dear. So that's how I look at people. I don't think I look at most people like I'm judging them, but... Oh yeah, you've got to have your you time too. That's exactly it. Like, by the time we'd sat down... By the time we got home, we did like a bit of a clean up because the house was obviously a bit of a state with having a newborn. And then sat down. I worked on yesterday's video. Mr. Nerd did some recording because we need to catch up on some stuff. Had dinner, and then by the time we'd done all that, it was like, oh, it's nearly 9 PM. And I was like, can't really stream now. So we'll do it tomorrow instead. So we stream today. Alright, Ruffy boy, house tricks. Oh, you've got to have a U-turn too. Yeah, I've read that one. But yeah, it has been a little while. So Mr. Nerd is back now for the next few weeks. But yeah, even like down to the way I'm talking and stuff now in comparison to the last stream I did, had Grey. And honestly, I just sounded like I was dead to the world because I was so tired. I had Krytor and Grey, and I was just literally dead sounding. Just so tired. So took off Friday for that main reason mostly. Things are good, thank you. Saw the post on Discord. It's great news about the new Warhammer Quest series. It is a really fine. You got your Lion Mini, very nice. He is in fact very nice. He's very lovely. So as soon as I kind of got back to streaming after having like the 2-week hiatus whilst Mr. Nerd was away, I was like, this is what I wanted to work on, because we've got so many things to do, so many things to paint. Playing catch up with your vids, yeah, there's quite a few to catch up on at this point, mate. Which is actually, I'm impressed, but also a little bit like shocked in many ways that I've managed to keep up with it as well as I have. But right now I'm kind of the mindset of I'd rather put out one video a week that's really good than put out 2 videos that are a bit mediocre. So it kind of fluctuates. Sometimes there's 1 video, sometimes there's 2. So, but I think Mr. Nano and I are both on the exact same page with that of we'd rather put out one really good one than one that's subpar. It's only a negative because we put the cape on. There's lots of like edges and stuff that I need to try and get into that are not that easy to achieve. But he is coming together quite nicely. I sprayed him with Chaos Black to make it a lot easier when it came to covering him up, because a lot of 30k line is black. So it's a lot easier to clean up a black figure than it is to obviously paint him grey, paint the whole thing black then, and then go in. Because I currently don't have an airbrush, but I know Krytor, bless him very kindly, in exchange for us doing a commission for him, even though we didn't ask for anything, bless him, has decided to buy us a airbrush machine, which is very kind of him. So there'll be content coming out in the future where I get to experiment with an airbrush past just a how does this work bare minimum level. Because right now I have like an artist, it's like a makeup artist one, which is just like a cheap and cheerful one, which I used for when I was doing my Armies on Parade. And I'll probably use it again this year when we do Armies on Parade later this year. But for now, can baby see ghosts or demons? The Nerdman keeps staring at the corner of the wall. I'm worried. He might do. He might have what's referred to as the third eye. He might be able to see dead people. He was fascinated by the ceiling this morning. It was smiling at the ceiling. So that's the only other thing he's currently smiled at signed is me and the ceiling. So it's a little bit concerning. If I hear a scream, then I know it's not okay. If I suddenly dart off. Krytor, hello, what a weird coincidence that I arrived to hear my name. You did. We were just talking about your commission, Krytor. Mr. Nerd has been building this as of yesterday, because that's the other thing we were doing whilst we weren't streaming yesterday. We were building. Hey, buddy. Oh, well, your ear's burning. Definitely. You must have been like, I sense something. Must check out that video. Yeah, we're just talking about your commission. You need to call an exorcist. Oh, no. He's sensing heresy after all his daddy... all his daddy puppies in such, yeah. How are you doing? I missed the context of it, haha. We were just talking about, I'm talking about airbrushing, and you mentioned it before, and then talked about your commission, Krytor. And yesterday, Mr. Nerd was building stuff. So in addition to building, we officially have picked our minis of the month for our competition. Mr. Nerd just arrived.
Doing research.
You're doing research, what, on Warhammer stuff, or whether or not we need an exorcist?
Yes.
Both, oh dear. Ears burning, we have itchy noses, yeah. So that's the other one signed. I'm building a captain in Grove Summer right now. Evening, Krytor. Yes, that's the other one, is are your ears burning? Mr. Nerd has just grabbed all of the books to do some research whilst he is taking care of the wee man upstairs.
15 minutes.
So I was just switching my headphones over. Evening. Ooh, what minis are you going for? Aha, so we've got a couple of options at the moment.
What?
For our mini of the month.
Yes.
We'll keep whichever one we choose, we'll keep them secret for now, just because like we did with the last one, we kind of want to keep it a little bit secret. It's a little bit of suspense, but we've got two options. Unless Mr. Nerd is going to show us. Mr. Nerd's just like others. We won't. We'll show you.
Here's option number 1.
That's option number 1.
Here's option number 2. Oh, I'm too good to you guys. I know.
But yes, we've got two options.
One's at Slanesh.
And you'll be very happy to know, signed, one of them is a Slanesh. You mentioned wanting to see that kind of content, so we did something for you. But yeah, that's the only thing we'll keep a little bit secret, because you'll see it in, we'll be working on them next week, I want to say. Next week or the week after, that video will be out for the competition. And you will have your commission piece back with you, Krytor. So, yes, you did ask, and we did say we would deliver. You guys said the kind of content you wanted to see. One of you said you wanted to see 30k line, so we've got him. And then you said you wanted to see some Slanesh stuff, and now we're doing it. So, either way, it will either be for the competition or it'll be painted on its own. Regardless, it'll be painted. Well, I knew he was a great model, but painted he looks so awesome. Thank you, Piotr. How are you doing? The thing is, like, up until like the last stream, I was looking at him still going like, oh, he's not coming together the way I want. He's a bit, meh. But every time I paint anything, like these big scale models, I'll find something to pack the airbrush up in and send to you this week. It's very, very kind of you. Gray, good evening. How was the trip to Warhammer World? It was really good. Gray, thank you so much. We went first thing as soon as it opened. So, and amazingly, the wee man behaved himself. He only wanted to be held once, so it wasn't too bad. But Mr. Nerd is now concerned because the wee man has stopped crying and is instead just staring at a wall. So Mr. Nerd is convinced he needs an exorcism. Oh, stay. 2 weeks end of the month. Then the week after we will be starting a battle report. Yes, which we will do a story of 2 armies as we build up Lord of the Rings armies from 1 warband to 2k points. Yeah, he's golden all. He ain't Bobby G. You're right, he ain't Bobby G. But, you know, if I'm going to paint anybody, I have to be loyal to my own arch. I have to be loyal to my Dark Angels. But he is, for 30k especially, like he is pretty friggin' magnificent. So, he's pretty remarkable. So, I'm very, very proud of him. Very happy with him so far. But, as you can also hear, Gray, I have more life in me now. I no longer sound like I'm dying. Baby only redecorated his clothes twice whilst we were at Warhammer. Yes. The plastic clearly excited him. Yes. One as soon as we pulled up to Warhammer World, so even he got so excited before we even went in the building, he was like, oh. So he needed to change as soon as we got there. Cold Sweet Part 3, very cold. Can't wait for Tower Season. My mum made my favourite food as a sorry for the lost model. Oh, that's nice of her. Wee Mum probably just thinking about the impact of the Roman Empire on the modern day world. Yeah, he's got too many thoughts, honestly. Oh, he just screamed upstairs. I heard him, even he's agreeing with me. Today he's been in one of those weird moods where he's just been screaming and then randomly crying and then suddenly stopping and we're like, why? What's the problem? And he's had everything given to him and he's just like, yeah, I just want to have a word with the world. Gonna be going in with some black in a minute just to clean this up, so I'm not too worried about getting it on any of the black parts because he needs to clean up anyway. But yeah, we had a bit of a rare child-free time without him yesterday. Our in-laws slash obviously Mr. Nerd's parents very graciously took him. The baby is currently crying as I'm explaining to him the rules of the Lord of the Ring. BSG, he is overwhelmed. Stop explaining it to him then. I told you he's too young. You need to wait until at least he's at least 3 months before you can start doing that. Have you tried mashing a towel model with a hammer in front of him? I heard that's good for stopping random baby crying. Don't think Mr. Nerd would be too happy about that one. But it's one way to make sure he's not a towel player. Back in 10 chow time. No worries. See you in a few. The airbrush I can send you is a Procon Boy PSA 289. I haven't got a spare compressor, unfortunately, but hopefully it'll be useful to you. Anything you can send will be useful to us, Krytor. Honestly, like you didn't need to send anything at all, so regardless, it is appreciated. Rothmer Gaming, I think you want some Horus Heresy lore instead. I think so. Try that, see if it puts him to sleep. To be honest, when I first started streaming again, obviously when he was first quote-unquote new to the world, because we have a projector upstairs instead of a TV, and Mr. Nerd at first was streaming me on the projector, so whilst Wee Man was up there with his dad, he could still hear my voice and it was putting him to sleep a little bit, so it was like a life hack thing. Just going back in with some lead belcher now, just to kind of do some cleaning up with that. But yeah, when we went into Warhammer World with obviously Wee Mangs, it was his first trip there, which is quite impressive that we've lasted 7 weeks, because he is now 7 weeks old. We've lasted 7 weeks without going. He lasted 8 days before going into our local store, but as far as Warhammer World goes, we made it 7 weeks. And the manager saw us and he got very excited to see the little one, as did a few other employees. They came over and said hello to him. So that was really, really sweet. They all just wanted to come and say hello to the wee man. And like I said, he was actually very well behaved. Do you have a date in mind for your July trip? At the moment, it's looking like it'll be the first week of July, but we will put it in the Discord because Mr. Nerd needs to double check his work schedule when he goes back to work because it hasn't ran till July yet. So as soon as he knows officially, we will let you guys know. But at the moment, it's probably going to be the first week, but we'll let you know. Do they give free Forge World if you are new to Warhammer World instead of submarines or a space marine? No clue. But yeah, we will let you know. The backpack is so detailed. Thank you. Yeah, it's a very intricate little backpack, but I'm just trying to make sure it's all cleaned up nice and tidy now, so that way then it can be kind of just done with some shading. Because the process today, my thinking is, if I can get all of the parts that need to be touched up done, and then from there I can move on to shading today. Because I, at very least bare minimum, want to get his shading done today. We'll know in 2 weeks as to whether or not it'll be the first or second week of July. I might be on a course on the first week. There we go. But yeah, Mr. Nerd just needs to double check his rota. So as soon as he has it, we will officially know. We'll let you know. We'll put it in the... I'm off for dinner. Great process. Looking forward to the rest. We'll have a lovely dinner cry tour. We will... Great progress, sorry. We will obviously update you guys on the whole thing. But like I said, as soon as we know for our trip, we will let you know and put it in there. So everybody have a good evening. Yes, indeed. But yeah, it would just be a lot of picking out details on this that need to be touched up. And then I'm also going to do some dry brushing as well on this. Because over his leg armour, he has these like ridges in his leg armour that instead of going in with silver, just because the lines are so thin, I'm going to go in with a grey first to highlight those, just to make them stand out, and then I go back over the top with the green, so I can do what I did with 40k Lion to bring out the green elements, because it's obviously said a mostly black figure, so I still want to bring out that green, so it, you know, it ties in with what I've already produced. But yes, he's coming on quite nicely though. I am very happy with how he looks so far. So to check what colour his little dagger on his side is supposed to be. Not the best angle of it. It looks like it's mostly black, to be honest. But how's everybody's day been today? Have they had a good Sunday? Ours has been very chilled. I managed to get 3 more scripts done for my other channel, which are all Lord of the Rings lore. Surprise, surprise, I once again got accused of being AI on my last video. No real surprise there, shocker, shocker. But hey ho, there's always at least one. I did some laundry, dishes, and I'm just chilling. That still sounds very productive to me. Considering the fact, obviously, we've now got an extra person in our house who goes through clothes like it's nobody's business, we actually are on top of all of our laundry. I don't have, I think I have like half a load of laundry left in my hamper. And that is it. Absolutely incredible, yeah. Every time I put out a video, I kind of expect it, and I'm pleasantly surprised a lot of the time when I don't get one. And then at least once a month, once every 2 months, I'll get at least one AI comment. Just telling me it's AI or I'm AI, and it's like, okay, I'm not, but sure, think what you want to think. I've been a bit stressed. I've been spending the weekend trying to catch up on the video I should have released 2 hours ago. You've had a very, very busy week, Gray. A very busy week. You've been remodeling your entire house, basically. So, also, how's your back doing after being big, strong man and lifting the machine the other day by yourself, the dishwasher? How's your back doing now? Because I know you kind of hurt yourself a little bit. I'm mostly going to be finding the... oh, I know, it's a self-imposed deadline, but I'm trying to be consistent. Yeah, I know. Lol, it's fine. Yeah, that's good that your back's doing better, because I know you really kind of twisted it the other day, so I'm glad to hear it's doing better now. I've totally, it's totally helped being hunched over my desk all weekend. Oh, I'm sure it has. Or I might actually, painting is nice. In age, where we're all addicted to screens, this is a very healthy hobby. Thank you. Yeah, I think it's one of those things where it keeps the mind busy. Obviously sharing it on social media, so we're still a little bit in the digital world, but it's nice to keep the hands busy. And to be honest, we have like so many figures that we still need to paint, so much Grey Shame, that some of it will be done. Like right now I'm kind of meeting deadlines and trying to get certain projects on the off the ground and obviously started. And then in other cases I have a bunch of stuff that I'm never going to stream online because the figures are like this big and don't have much detail in them. So for those I might just sit in front of the TV with Mr. Nerd and paint. I haven't had the time to do that recently because we've just became parents 7 weeks ago. So any free time we've had at the moment has just been basically spent trying to sleep, which so far I'm not doing very successfully. But we will get there. Every now and then I just have to take, even though I kind of try to stream every day, I've had to take a few breaks here and there, the odd day out of the schedule, just because this is the reason I don't actually have a schedule. I just kind of go, I'm going to be streaming most days, and then if I do miss a stream, then it's not really, I don't feel as guilty as such. Because at the end of the day stuff happens, and when you've got a child, obviously the little one has to come first. How long have you been painting? And yes, I recently also became a parent. Congratulations. I'm used to having time for Warhammer, gaming, playing guitar. Now I'm lucky to have enough time for sleep. Lol. What did you have, boy or girl, and how old is the little one? We've been doing this for a year now, just over a year. So we had our 1 year anniversary last month in January. So we've only been painting for a year. So in grand scheme of things, we're still very new to it, but it's been going well for us. We've got quite lucky in that regard. We managed to build this channel from last January to now, and in that time we've gained 600 subscribers, 600 plus subscribers now, which is insane and something we're very, very grateful for. So yeah, it'll get a bit easier when the little one obviously gets a little bit older and he has like a more consistent sleep schedule. So at least then we can plan stuff around when he is supposed to be sleeping. But right now, boy, he's just turned 1. Congratulations. I had ambitions for my own channel, but time is so short now. Yeah, honestly, it is hard because I do this channel with Mr. Nerd, who you'll see in the chat as Rothmer Gaming. He is the other half of Nerdy Miniatures. He's Mr. Nerd. And then I have another channel where I do lore on topics like Warhammer and Lord of the Rings. It does get easier, but teething and stuff can cause issues with sleep. Yeah, that's the thing I'm not looking forward to. And obviously sleep regression's a thing as well. But, you know, we'll roll with the punches and go with it as we, as the things happen. In typical fashion as well, the wee man is currently upstairs crying. Because he's been asleep for the last couple of hours, and then the minute he's kind of been put down, he's woke up and decided that now is the perfect time to play up for poor Mr. Nerd. Currently, he is a demon, exactly. So he's currently quite upset with the world because, you know, he's no longer asleep on me, and therefore, you know, it's a travesty. Because in his mind, I've abandoned him, when in reality, I haven't. I'm still in the same house, I'm just downstairs. The thing is right now when he's in this kind of mode, the minute I kind of get him or pick him up, for the most part, he just instantly stops crying. So a lot of it is just because he's not being held by me. But, you know, he needs to kind of adapt to being in both parents' arms, not just mine. Because as much as I love him and would hold him all day, I physically cannot do that. Even though at the moment I more or less am. Because if I don't, he just screams. And he's in contact nap form. Like, we won't sleep unless he's having contact naps. So, and whilst he's still under 3 months, we're not even bothering with sleep training. So, because it's just basically fighting a losing battle at that point. So instead we're going to wait till he's 3 months, and then from 3 months onwards we'll start kind of getting into a sleep training schedule of trying to get him a bit more settled and doing things at his own pace rather than having to be on me at all times. Because at the moment, like I said, I run 2 channels. I run this channel and my other channel, my lore channel. On that one I put out 2 videos a week. On here I put out 1 or 2 videos a week, so I do 4 videos a week. Sometimes it's 3, depends on the kind of content I've got here. If it's a big video, then sometimes I'll just put out 1 and just focus on getting that video really, really good. And if it's smaller projects, then I will try and get 2 out. But it really just depends. I'm just decanting some gold now so I can touch up some retributor armor. Because after that, I think it's just some black to touch up, I believe. So, again, retributor armor. We're trying to make sure it's just not patchy or anything, really. But yeah, I'm currently on maternity leave. I've got a year off for maternity leave. So whilst I'm in that bubble, it makes sense for me to kind of spend the time I do have, in addition to obviously getting used to being a mum and falling into that bubble, which in itself is obviously hard enough. Being a parent is a difficult job and a full-time job in its own. I also want to focus on this because, one, it's a beautiful community we built here that we really adore, and also because it gives me something to do that prevents me from going completely stir crazy. So even when Mr. Nerd wasn't here, I wasn't streaming, but I was still painting and still putting out videos each week. So yeah, it just depends on what kind of stuff what I have time for. Because our hope originally for when Mr. Nerd was away last time was that I would have the time to get somebody to come and help watch the Wee Man for a few hours so I could stream, but it just wasn't feasible for the people around us, even though we have a great support system, to come here just for a few hours just to watch him so we could stream for a few hours. Even though I know they would have, it was more to do with the fact that it wasn't really feasible to get them to do it. So, especially because of the time of day that we stream. And a lot of these people have work as well, so they have their own working lives. So because of that, they kind of need to be at home at this time of night instead of here, taking care of a wee man who is not their own child, just so I can stream for a couple of hours. So instead we kind of bit the bullet. But obviously as we get into a more established system, hopefully we'll figure out roughly the hours in the evenings or afternoons when he's sleeping the most. And then we'll change the sleep schedule, the streaming schedule according to that. So I can still stream for 2 or 3 hours, but I can do it whilst Wee Man's asleep. So that way then we don't have to be all hands on deck watching him currently. And then Mr. Nerd can get on and do some of his own stuff as well. That'll be the plan for the next few months anyway. But obviously it's all Little Man dependent. If he decides he needs us, then he needs us. So it is what it is. I don't hear any crying at the moment. Is Mr. Nerd managed to soothe him? Normally every now and then, because I've got a headphone in, I can just hear the odd cry. I hope you get lucky and he becomes a good sleeper. I really hope so, because during the day he's a fantastic sleeper. It's just at night he is a gremlin. I'm currently building the new Captain Titus and Wardens of Ultramarket. Awful quality control, mould lines galore. The spruce is slightly misaligned, so nothing goes well properly. Very annoying. Yeah, that sounds incredibly annoying, actually. Either a good sleeper or a tower player, I can deal with the lack of sleep. I can't, Mr. Nerd. I cannot deal with the lack of sleep. I think Mr. Nerd went from working away, where even though he was working 12-hour days, when he went on to his nights, he was having 12 hours of more or less undisturbed sleep. You know, he was actually getting sleep. Meanwhile, I was lucky to be getting 3. So I found poor quality control on most of the resin molds in the Lord of the Rings collections. Yeah. Games Workshop plastics are normally solid. I would ask for a replacement kit, but they are currently sold out and I need to finish it quickly. That is the only negative when you're in a bit of a rush to do something. Right. I think I'm going to do the dry brushing now, and then I'm going to go in and do the black cleanup. Just because, in case there are any smudges from my dry brush, then I can go in and buff them out with my black paint afterwards. So, let's grab my dry brushes out. So I don't want anything too large for this one. How do the models look? I'm intrigued by the Warden's box set, even with my hate for the Ultramarines. Yeah, Mr. Nerd is not an Ultramarine fan. Not sorry, because there's nothing wrong with them, he just finds them a bit boring. That's mostly why he hates them. But then again, he's also a filthy Tau player, so feel free to hate on Mr. Nerd. Everyone else does. He gets bullied frequently. As he should. I'm just picking the right size brush because I currently have 4 to pick from, and obviously this is quite a small model. So I have these 4. But don't know which of these 2 smaller ones I want. I'll go for the smallest, and if it's too small, I'll go for the slightly bigger one. Right. Oh dear, ultra hate for Ultramarines from a Tau. Exactly. The models are exceptional. I think the Victrix and now the Wardens are some of the coolest looking units across all Marines, and their characters look great. Amazing. Very glad to hear that. I'm going to go in for the highlights. I'm going to go in with the dry brushing, sorry, with Ulthen Grey, because I don't need too much. I just need to make it a bit lighter, so then when I dry brush again with the green over the top, it's going to actually stand out. Because this is mostly just going on his shins. And that's not really, he's not really going anywhere else. It's the only place where I can kind of bring out that green highlight that he has, his shins and his boots. So, and on his hands. So I'll be doing that. Might pick it up just for the channel, to be honest. Right. It has Titus in it, right? So negative with dry brushing, I often find sometimes it can obviously get on the places, in addition to the high points, on the places you don't want it. So with these brushes especially, other brushes it's not as bad. But I do need to hit the high points enough that when I go in with my green, it actually picks it up. Like I said, I'm going to go in with black in a minute after this, and not black, green in a minute to do the more dry brushing, and then black to tidy it up. So all will work out eventually. His boots are technically lined with a bit of silver, but just because there isn't much green incorporated in this, I'm going to just go over those with the green instead. This is kind of inspired or loosely followed by the Citadel's guide for the colours. But the green they actually initially wanted to use, and this was like a lot lighter. Or a lot darker, sorry, but I want something a bit brighter, so I'll be going in with one of the ones I used for my 40k ones. Yeah, Titus in the box alongside the K-pop Marines from the second game and the guy from the Secret Level episode on Amazon. Very nice. Right. I'm going to go in with the green now and pick out those green highlights. That's a tiny bit of silver that I just realised I'm missing, so I'm quickly going to do that. And whilst that dries, I can then go in and just touch up all my black parts, because that's the only colour now I really need touching up after this. It's just all the black parts. And then after that, we can move on to shading. And we're almost an hour in, so that's roughly about the time I thought it would take us. And I've still got the green trim to add and a few other pieces, actually. So we won't be going to shading yet, but you get the idea. For the green, I'm going to go in with the aptly named Caliban green, by the way. Gotta run, have a nice evening, or have a lovely evening, or I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I do, at this point, do feel a little bit sorry for Mr. Nerd, because every single time he goes to stream, I go to stream. So, speaking of quality control, I'm doing a diamond painting, and I just realised one of the colours is missing. Oh dear. Not good at all. In fact, very, very bad. No, it's not ideal at all. As much as I use these dry brushes, I do think I'm going to just find some cheap makeup brushes. Because I just think some like dense, cheap makeup brushes, because I just think they'll do the job a lot smoother. Because I find with these, they can be a bit messy, even though they are specifically for dry brushing. But they're a bit messy for my liking. But I can't say I haven't given them a good go. I've used these for a little while now. The bigger ones are a lot better, just the little ones. There we go, that's now been cleaned off. Right, Abaddon Black time. So we're going to go in with some Abaddon Black to do our cleaning up now. Yeah, makeup brush is so much better. I've used makeup brushes for it in the past and had more, and had a lot of success with it. So I'm just gonna go in and pick up like a cheap little set and use those. Just to pick up some like dense makeup brushes, which I can get quite easily. I have returned. Arch, hello. How are you doing? How was food? I haven't really missed too much, Arch. I've just missed just cleaning up, and I've done some. I think let's focus. Some dry brushing on his legs and on his hands, just bring in some of the green, but I'm going to go in and do some black now just to clean up any edges. It's kind of all you've really missed. Haven't missed much else. Yeah, I'm getting to feel a little bit sorry for Mr. Nerd, because every single time I stream, I more or less just hear the wee one crying for him. So he just goes into full nurgling mode every single time I stream. Until about normally like half an hour before the stream ends. Hello? There we go. No matter how many taps I did, then it did not want to go into focus. I know bad. Nothing tomorrow. My Shadow Hunt box was my shop today. Another 4 mins for Dark Water in the new mag. Yeah, another 4. I know he's pretty out of focus. I'm just trying to get the back of his legs, so you can't see it anyway because it's behind the cape. So I'm just trying to quickly get those parts painted black, just so they are done. But it's just to kind of create a very subtle bit of green. Because like I said, this is a mostly black figure. Did anyone get the Hearn box? I was so tempted by the Galaxy map blanket. We did not here. I think them adding new miniatures in Stark Water is sowing the groundwork for continued D&D type gameplay. I think so, potentially. We almost got the blanket. Yeah, we did, almost. Very nearly. But it would just become another thing for the cats to sit on, most likely, or the baby. So we decided against it. Still bought stuff, just not that. So jealous you're next to Warhammer World. I'm a flight, a train, and a taxi away. Yeah, it's not the most ideal situations for you, is it, Arch, unfortunately. I used to exclusively just go there, but obviously since we found our local store, we go to our local store now more. And then once every like couple of months. It used to be once a month, and now it's like once every couple months. We go to the actual to Warhammer World itself. But it just depends. Have you started the base for Mr. LJ? So far, all we've done for his base is just done that bit so far. And I just thought it's going to take me a very long time to do that. So for now, I just thought I'll move on to Lion himself. And then we'll come back to the base at the end because he's got 4 parts that are going on his base. So his base itself is like a whole project. So because of that, I thought we'll start with Lion and then we'll work our way back to the bases. Just adding a little bit of silver to his scabbard here. And whilst that dries, I can go in and do the black on the other parts. Just throw them at myself as well while I'm at it. A Primarch is like a Lego kit. Take your time and savour it. Exactly. That's the plan. I thought we'd focus on the main event first, aka Lion himself. And then move on to the base. Because the base is going to be really, really cool. But it's going to be a whole project all to itself. So... And if people don't want to tune in for all of it, that's understandable. It's their prerogative. But at the very least, then, at least the main event as such, the big man himself, has been painted. Talk of Lego kits, we had the Sauron helmet arriving soon. Oh yeah, forgot about that. I completely forgot you'd ordered that one. Another hobby that we need to find a place for. We have like shelving units above our desk that are just full of the Star Wars helmets. But we can't put a Lord of the Rings helmet on there. That would be, you know, mental. So we need to put that somewhere else. So now we need another place for a Lord of the Rings helmet. It's not going to get knocked off or broken by a cat. That's the real challenge. If we can manage that, then we've succeeded. You'll need a showcase that for that bad boy. Yes, we will. Yes, we will indeed. To be honest, Mr. Nerd will like get it and then probably build it within a day, within like an hour or so, because he is very quick at that. And then he'll post it on there. I remember actually back in 2024 when we got married, I had all my music is gone, is it? There we go. Bit worried about the Star Wars helmets. Should have got something about a release schedule for 2026. Radio silence so far. Either that or my hearing. No, music had gone. It paused for some reason. But it's playing again now. Sorry about that. Right. Righty. Gonna be tying in the colour on his cape into the colour on his robes in the middle. And then using a light colour, I'll go around and do all the stitching on the outside of his cape. And then after that, I will start shading. And I think that'll be about the point when, because we've gone for just over an hour, I'll be doing this till 9. That will probably take me the rest of the time today. And then tomorrow we'll come back and highlight him, which we've got 2 lots of highlighting to do, so highlighting him's going to take me a little while. And then I have the joy of painting all of this. So that will be probably likely what will be done from what day did I Sunday? Tuesday onwards, maybe Wednesday onwards. We'll see. We'll see how long it takes us to do the highlighting in the end. Was there a non-helmeted version of LJ? Yes. So with the non-helmeted version, I think he has longer hair as well. But since our 40k version is maskless, we wanted this one to have a mask just because the helmet is really, really cool. So speaking of which, my helmet, Mr. Nerd ordered me the Dark Angels helmet. Should be coming at some point this year. Don't know when. Can't remember when it was due. But that'll be coming at some point this year. So we'll be doing a showcase for that when it arrives as well. Sorry, it reminded me of that arch. I got distracted. But yeah, so we just went with the one with the helmet for 30k Lion. Just because we fancied a bit of a change. And also because he looks pretty cool. To tie in the colours with the cape, I'm going to be going in with the Castellan green for the rest of the stuff. Nice thin little brush here. Yeah, my Titus helmet has been purchased back 3 times. My LCS said it's still listed for Feb. Hell knows. We'll find out, I guess. My brain wants to say April for the Dark Angels one, but I have no clue. Could just be my brain playing tricks on me. I have no memory at all. And my memory is shocking as it is, so definitely not trusting my memory on anything. But yeah, if it's Dark Angels, I more or less will be owning it at some point. It's just a case of when, really. If the build quality is on par with Star Wars helmets, I'll be happy. To be honest, the Star Wars helmets are very, very good. It's not until you look at things at different angles that you realise you've missed sections. So there's like an entire section here that I've completely missed. So I'm just quickly going with some Rakkar flesh just to touch that up so it's not an entire section of fabric that I've missed. There we go. Bit of green trim there. Now this part on the app is actually in gold, but because there's not really enough green in this for me. So instead I'm going to make this green. Just can a little bit more paint actually. Did anyone else get up to anything yesterday then? For Valentine's, did they do anything special? I went to the zoo with my cousin and godchild. How was it? For her 6th birthday. Aw, how was it? That way you're about to publish and release your video. It's about 50 minutes longer than it should be because you forgot to trim the music. Oh gosh, I've done that a few times. It was good considering it was with a 6-year-old. Me and my missus are going away for 3 days on Wednesday. Amazing. One of those pods out in the wilds with the hot tubs, steam rooms, etc. Be nice to chill out, chill the F out for a few days. I completely get that. Sounds like it's going to be amazing, Arch. You have to let us know how it went in the end. I'm sure the answer will be a successful. It went very well. Like I said, we went to Warhammer World, so you guys already know what we did. But other than that, it was lovely. Very chilled. Said the wee man went to his grandparents for a few hours, so we had some time to ourselves. Sleep is still a cruel mistress and is escaping me. But last night wasn't as bad because he woke up and was more fussy than screaming. And obviously since the formula issue, it has been better, but it's still not great. So I just paused so I could have a drink. I think I will do the trim of his jacket in Rakkar flesh though. It's the same thing I did for the his jacket, his cape. Same thing I did for the 40k line as well. So just to count some of that. Yeah, I think in a few months' time, when Wee Man is a bit older and has more established sleep schedule, we'll get someone to take him overnight for us for a night in a few months when he's obviously older and more established. And Mr. Nerd and I will plan to do something with that time. Most likely sleep, to be honest. But yeah, it sounds like it'd be a really, really nice time, Arch. So there's a little speck on the inside there, so I wanted to make sure that was covered up before I move on to anything else, because otherwise it will irritate me. Sorry, it's actually some concentrating. Is it back to work as normal for you tomorrow, Gray? After your busiest week off of your life. There we go. What I'm going to do is I'm going to finish off, yes, yep, school run, work, next video planning and prep when I get home. Wonderful. I think what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to finish this trim and then I'll end the stream there. Yeah, I think another week off to recover from a week off. Yeah, that's exactly what I said. Just because, one, I want to make sure everything's dried up before I start doing any shading. And two, I have a couple more things I need to do this evening. But there we go. Just gonna finish up my tidying up. But because I've touched up on various places, I don't want to risk like doing any shading and then risking spreading stuff where it's still damp. So I think we're actually going to leave it for that tonight, and then tomorrow when I know it's 100% dry, I'll shade. Just because it's taken me this long to get to this point. Like, it's taken me 3-4 days? No, it's taken like 3 streams just to do the base on this. Normally it takes me like a stream, maybe 2, to do a base, so it's already taken me longer than it normally would. So I don't want to ruin that by going in too quick with shade paints and then risking smudging anything and making it bad, because that would very much upset me. So I don't know what to work on for the next video. Do I do Pestigores or do Eldari? The Space Marines video you did was fire great. It was amazing. The Eldari Corsairs or another Space Marines video? Do Eldari. Or Corsairs, says Rothmer. What do you guys think? I'll leave it up to you guys. We'll do like a little vote. What do you think Grey should do? Eldari, Corsairs, Space Marines? What do you guys think? Because all of your content is very, very good. In fact, there's a tiny bit of green on his shoulder I need to touch up. So whilst you guys decide, I shall touch the green up on his shoulder. I'm leaning towards Corsairs, to be honest, due to timing, and thank you also dropped you a DM, Mr. Nerd. It's the exact same green I just used for the cape, which is the Castellan green. And then I'm going to go in with some what's it called? Some grey in a moment. I've also got I'm just going to touch up this red a little bit actually because it's a little bit patchy. So I'm going to do the red. Now I've done the green, it's just that the dagger down the middle on his shoulder piece was in green. So I've just done that. I'm going to touch up the wings in red. And then leave that to dry. And then first stream tomorrow, I will go in on that shoulder piece and do the grey, which is like, it's got like a little scroll across it. And after that, it would just be... Oh, my music keeps stopping today. There we go. Shading and highlighting. But tomorrow it will literally be shading and highlighting. Awesome. I will reply to look at the messages once that nerdling has been passed to Mrs. Nerd. Yeah, he definitely seems to be struggling a little bit today. Mr. Nerd has, bless him, been trying for over an hour to soothe the wee man, and so far no luck. He is still screaming. So we're going to switch off in a minute. I will go and take him, soothe him, see if I can. There's also the perk of like being in a community where a lot of the people that are in the community are parents, and I've like dealt with the newborn stage. When he's inconsolable like this, I know how hard it can be for one person, myself personally, to deal with the screaming for over an hour. And at that point, it does get to the point where you want to have like a little break. So I'm going to be basically leaving just so I can relieve Mr. Nerd so he can have a little break from the screaming, because it has been more or less constant for the entirety of this stream, bless him. Both Nerdling and Mr. Nerd. Also, there is something in my eye and has been for the last hour. It's been really irritating me and I don't know what it is. I'm assuming it's an eyelash. But, better now. Right. So a quick recap. This is what we are looking at now. So, as you can see, he now has his green highlights on his armour, on his legs and on his hands. His underside of his cape has been thoroughly covered. I'm going to do a little bit of cleaning up around the edges of his cape on this side specifically. His shoulder piece is almost done. I just need to, on that scroll that goes across, I just need to add some grey to that, and then that'll be that complete. His helmet has been tidied up nicely. His line is all lovely, and his jump pack is finished. And then tomorrow we'll be going in with some contrast paint on the... He's currently looking amazing, thank you. Some contrast paint on the line main and them shade paints, which we'll do in sections so we can then, whilst the shade paint is drying, yep, he looks grand, thank you. We'll then be moving on to different parts, and from tomorrow we will 100% be starting our highlighting, you guys. So tomorrow we'll be shading and highlighting this guy, which I'm really, really proud of how he looks so far. I think he's come together really nicely. From the very first stream where I was like, oh god, look at him. And I did the exact same reaction with 40k line as well. But I'm actually really, really proud of how he's coming along. So thank you everybody for tuning in for the stream. I know it was a slightly shorter one than we're used to, but I'm going to go relieve Mr. Nerd and see if I can get the nerdling to stop crying. Because right now, he's been streaming for an hour and a half, and so far, nothing. But again, thank you everybody for joining the stream, and I will see you guys tomorrow night if you guys are here. If not, wonderful, that's fine as well. We will obviously be, everything will be on the channel, so you can always come back and watch it to see the progress we've made before we jump on our next stream. But anyway, hope the rest of you have a wonderful evening or day, whatever time of day it is for you guys in the world, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye for now, guys.